We are live.
Welcome to our weekly New Gambia platform talk show. Today is February 27, 2022. Today our discussion gonna be about National Assembly, the importance of having a National Assembly that's effective, and also to have a diverse National Assembly. So I'm here with my co-panelist, Sam Sise from Indiana. Sam, welcome. And I'm your host, Mamadou Sawan in New York. So Sam, the upcoming National Assembly is right at the corner, and then it's a lot at stake. It's a lot of stake. So let's go in and then dig in. What are our thoughts on that, and then what Gambians need to be mindful of, and what they need to do to make sure that we have a balanced National Assembly. So you are open to speak in our local language for our audience to actually get, the insight of our discussion.
Since the viewers prefer that, we will speak in local languages. So more be controna many beka ning platform ning jube and in the amorko for dami. So coming sawane afanyaming National Assembly election is just right around the corner. Asita nane no kumaya tabake in any government may alonko is a parliamentary system of government. Akumaya tabake kamolo tombo many alonko e be more represent ba. Our near jube for National Assembly from Jumala National Assembly member. National Assembly members will ela doko kono nyambijele can national budget ni approve. Can national budget ni approve bao ni masakunda membe siri budget order da e the amount of budget of personal president budget order no sign budget of National Assembly le ya kuka chaya discourse ye la ideal fanyo kan wale ko jube ya budget on scrutinize ya jube monebe betera banko to ya vote yes or no. So and in a question also of landmento is in karoke o in karole senia jani ba votla wo bela do ko kono kudol bela do ko kono molem kal luwada da akumaya tabake mene kal luwada da banko kan bawo National Assembly ni nata nyanta kalwa bu ko jibe na constitutional member laring bawo kujama be sa falin nore call me yalan ko for entrenched clauses many yalan ko to damma tron to falin nola wol bita referendum lala but to mal be si wol falin nore is a loi control fana kafunole is amendment or kenole is a resolution or pass nole is kujama pass Gambia ndebo kan menja baake wala loi falling or loi me alon ka be falling kan ne wala loi control be don kan mawoja back in the last 5 years non kaje budget o men ka approve fana a budget o ka approve le me alon ko kudol be nyanta ka question kudol be nyanta ka auto jibe baake ka itande ko masakunda la ko what about the healthcare aleko do mendo ni healthcare ko today and to lajero to dal nyanta ka tandola aleko do menke president's office then to lajero to nyanta ka tala yaje ka ke challenge pre budget ken do da me alon ko banko be tamala wala banko la de passo be kala wala be banko de passo but at the same time la do ko kono ka executive branch nyum hold accountable ka je ko ye mota ye la do ko ka nyama nimmen man ta tlewnin to nyale ya question nimme ye jakali ye command ya fu na ro nyata le explain nyimu munet o fanambe la do ko kono yo fanambe do ko kono pour National Assembly members wulu ka je ko mansakunda ay tama silo pour National Assembly members ay tama nin silo me yalon ko e ko moya tabaki saje coming bawo National Assembly kumoya tabaki itolle kamolo represent tundu kamol tambong ngafo mwele ko na National Assembly members woli many yalon ko dana kan kafo na alta sinye deputy bonto ba alien to represent ale dia mung tola ale taran na jen na kankan membeti atanto ale all approve men membeti na banko to alkanak so wala kamo be represent neo mosi faso nak me alon ko abita sino National Assembly wala abitaje me alon ko amanta doko kala nyama ay kemo de me alon ko asila talebe sila la ka kol nyinin ka kol question wala mo me alon ko kamalu la ka diamu wala man ke National Assembly members wala manyana wala nyinin so in National Assembly can akarte fo men kana mesula National Assembly la men yalon ko members la men yalon ko yalon ne banko katama nyame e ke law me kalti yalon ko mulwa kurne ben na banko ka nyanta kamene bondi mulwa kutalle be nyanta kamene dundi mulwa sifalle ben na constitution ko me yalon ko nyanta ke faleng because mambe tiento but in 1997 constitutional member je ngalon ne ko draft constitutional kala pour constitutional reform o manta through e o fana janni o fon be kala nyuni sembo so ko jikuja ma faleng me yalon ko me faleng no e meke so neta molla men yalon ko ni fotata je bo National Assembly ben constitutional tala ya study ya jibe mona ba kon ye kambe ngol soto e da mole bulola nyokan e kafunyo makaje ko nyinde tonya nyin section kar nyanta kanyum falim na atra manke entrenched clause luat hanne atra luat je mena ko is entrenched clause to damata falinola e o entrenched clause lual mo lual te men yalon ko nin National Assembly ma e lafta ke falling kamuneke e tolo e nyanta super majority lo sotla me alon ko 75% of national well 2/3 of National Assembly member be nyanta ka sonko yet ni do to nyanta ka plan ni son tawala fa president ni nana wala bina tala referendum mo fane about jannim president ba sign and I will was falling will wal ka fali wa nyamale Lual member ke entrenched clause ito da mo sigo vote no le majority shutdown all they need is that simple majority yo shutdown well absolute majority absolute majority shutdown ka shutdown ko ni do kar nyata ka faling ni o da yo faling ya sama president ya sign bari kudo kuma ya tabat National Assembly member so lokoro National Assembly nyanta kala mole te meni yalon ko wala na nyikate fa men na ko mala bak nyanta ka mol de tambo men yalan ko ite sila la ka to nyaf mol men yalan ko ite sonna ka dukota mol men yalan ko men beti ata gambe to be wala jala hani men man beti to men man beti na banko to ye bori wala me yalan ka beti ata pour to dollar jifo e manyan na ka sawala wala nyinti ka je ko man sakunda tamatele on to nyala ni ya je ko National Assembly members or many yalon ko nyanta minute mon la wala nyanta kala molti many yalon ko ni aje ko tonya na banko bida kan nyame mantanin tilengon tonya la mantanin silala be murukan ko male na kolbe balobe ko gena ko yala security be gena ko na banko kan corruption be siaring ata ban na banko man dano ni right to the ka government in challenge up to an extent whereby it's a constitutional law men sembo men dila ba National Assembly it will moja male sembo men so the president motion it also the sembo you use ya foko in president member siri into non confidential njikala teta la porala atani banko samanola because of nying and do kar neo vote of no confidence new pass no law sembo dila le vote of no confidence pass may alon ko fanang super majority la mwati 75% of National Assembly members or 2/3 of National Assembly members will nyanta ka d'accord wala kaje ko nga vote of no confidence pass pour que president jindi fam a jartale Gambia mo bankole de mialon ko meta struggle la bring independence. I mean 57 years old. I mean who can do na lofta na fon jibe bam. I mean it's too much. Too much corruption in tinya bakare nanta ka mol de samba National Assembly men benyun ko ni stop la kaje ko dal ne masakunda nada president nada regardless of who you are imam banko samba no nyama dron ye vote of no confidence pass ni woketanak lowa somebody speak of the house law I see command akay karte fa okay referendum okay in 30 days 30 days till it answer I see nyanta ka karte fa organize me alon ka be referendum will pass moli vote ke ka National Assembly sembentu yako ni president man confidence rato nyanta bonda the new pass donc president nyanta ye paka findije ni mosti fan sulata wala la nyine ben na banko sambala nyar bare many yalon ko yes ma mol le moti envelope di la to ye day e nyabe tilingola e ka to nya fasa e nyabe tilembali yala ye nya ka sala budget onata melon ko kukuru jamal ba kono ye nyaabeti ya pass ya vote ka pass o National Assembly member si fal man banko la na faje to be ko ngolay je no si fal nyanta ke bondige so nan ka diamo dan dam fro do mandi wala nyante me mol oisla National Assembly kate fo memina akumata bak nga molo tombo men yalan ko islata alala nga molo tombo men yalan ko be telon to nyala fasal faniabe dawoda tapleyabe dawoda e be kodi lawle to sonna wala tel si low kaje ko faniani to ya kana tamana banko ka so be dan jam fro Mr. Sawane, go ahead.
Okay, Sam, abaraka. Sam, we look more benta. Ngawera like the National Assembly election is the most important National Assembly election. Why? Because the situation of Mbakona, we have the incumbent, many of them win. I win in a very, very big numbers. Either people agree that Katefewo are fair or unfair, but I see the announcement of Mentandi Willem. Katefewo Jinkerale and the president won. So in big phone call, big numbers. Sign important to sign in order putting a banco moving forward, putting a balance parliament sort of important to and diverse parliament. Because no one can, then the power would be, the president would take over everything. At a decision make, that's what it's gonna stand. So Atina Gambian all favor. Important to putting a voter's role. They go back to the drawing board and decide to see Kneel after effective governance law. You have to bring diversity and challenge. I'm not saying that they should go there and then fight against everything, but Neiman diverse views sort of on anything, you end up having to have decisions that will only favor one side that might favor a day. So it's very important that the Gambians now they have time from now against April to really look into the parliamentarian election. Actually important to sign than any other election. Presidential election kirale Watambita. You cannot go back. Okay, the results are announced and that the president has sworn in tally. So saying anything that is of a challenge, whatever killer, how can we come together and make the parliament diversify with different opinions so that it will not be one-sided. Inside a new constitution of a past like a constitution, it will have the input of everyone, the input of diverse views. Is important here. Secondly, our country, we have to be very mindful. The country is not going in the direction that it needs to. Development-wise, Mandara for the Candulado. And the National Assembly has a take on that. Either Mulia like or they don't like to hear. Maybe National Assembly, they have a saying on how the way our country move forward. Because it will look a while that. It will look a while that. It will look a while below sponsor. It will look it will look at every loopholes in the government. It will they have a way to loopholes close to make sure that we have our trade system, a effective trading system to make sure that in the budgets, a very sensible budget proposal, I approve. All the major decisions are made in the National Assembly. So the decision that you made, that's what guides you. What is your guide? This is not meant. So National Assembly members should try to definitely work hand in hand and make sure that they put intelligent decisions for the future of our country, not to be politically aligned or politically motivated. That's why I think the voters should look into people many alonko impartial minds no sort of. Many alonko integrity is good. Many alonko it will country the Gambian people's interests first. Otherwise, I will a big challenge lady to have a diverse National Assembly. Because when we give the president and the people in the government the pathway to do anything they want to do, it will final calamity should, not the general public. So always there should be kind of a way challenges be created to make sure that people vote against it and overturn it. I think that is the most critical issue here. Creating laws that will make sure that the trade, the economy would move forward, and making sure that bad laws that will kind of lead the country in the wrong way, of an obey challenge. So I think, every constituency should really look at candidates. The kind of candidate given dentally. That is not the point. If a candidate will give a integrity sort the country sort in heart and as he represent the interest represent Yeah. So Sam, that being said, I will let you come at it again. If be diverse, and also what are the things at stake to make sure that next parliament is successful and it has people who are really, really capable of definitely making decisions on our behalf.
Absolutely, Mr. Swane. You could for Jaminian Kokumata back first. More men better National Assembly membership. Right now, in the National Assembly members of the GB many be signing. Don't form a correct English form for Bukake. Just to speak good English, they cannot do that. So, Wolbeno and Yadile ka diamu. Yalong asifa nimen yalong ko sakodulame yalong ko angalola kafoje because the British were then colonized, so we use English as our official language. Angalola before more many yalong ko it will finally know ka angale correct on fano wala katuderine. It's a tariala kadiam. So and then a beculator treatlety a becurring warm like a woolly kalo kadiamu. Because the malula like a diamuka angale for me along more basi danaka be for 1 year ladami more base along yara fanyi muka angale for so walat na kumata ya funyami na molo jiben na tundolo kono many along ko number 1 alon na ko tonya ibo kabalang katonya ko mariol kata molo me along ko is lono le anyway tonya fasa is lata alala ye integrity shiro e honesta coming leadership skills benyami honesty, integrity, they are trustworthy. Trustworthy. Okumwatabari. Kaole besro. And then it's lono la kadiamu ke fan express. Ni fenje is wulono le diamu ya against. Esaje konna banko. Momo wala minister bita National Assembly. Ebe parela nyin kamala ko ha. Ebe challenge you better have very good reason for a budget remainder. No one to challenge. So na National Assembly members because of dollar incompetence in Buffalo Nyamaba Karnal Kendol. Many are very competent. More many are they are incompetent. Or incompetent National Assembly members or kamuneke wala katina na Minister of Finance member in January Sifal Katalo National Assembly ake doya wala ay jutula Minister kata National Assembly jutula may alon ko anyanta tara the other way minister bita National Assembly woni kija farolo nyanta tala wala kido nyanta kaketen akijo ajusobe kar kidila la be kar kije farolo be tarala because of a challenge men face lagi. It will National Assembly members. Instead, a kataka National Assembly members will demoralize. Nyemanya nakakela. Walatina akumata nga molu shoto mena ko they're very competent people. Abekumasala wala. Esaje nye mole fonambelo la kajeko. Okay, sign na banko. We've had independence since 1965. Mbedaming sign manyana tarawoto nyenta tambila nyina bakele. So in the money keno ka banko move forward. Bao ni aje ko president mang I sell the time yana ko mang tra banko sama kanyaro. Nyule nyande kala mode mini yana ko sa ko ntol se money keno ka na banko sama nyaro. Number 1 na banko la sovereignty. Nin Senegal tema. Muluwasi falle bije alenga jumba nga ko jibe ba. Fenne bije ba nyanta ka mem falling wala fo fenne bije nyanta ka mem bambandi ba. Pro ngam na fanso to etum fango bulu Senegal kana mara wala Senegal la kanwa kana tamana bankoka. That's very important. Kajeko wokana kenna bankoka. Number 2, baluwe korea na bankoka. What can you do pruka baluwe shone na bankoka? Atola National Assembly. Asimulu wasifala de dano meya lonko. At the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Trade, they impact like Kajeko, they will have to operate under those circumstances. For Kajeko, they have to operate under those circumstances. Firlan and Safarlan, Menikanake, Mum price control, fellas do know about Gambia is a free market. It's Luado Lande Menialonko Asikoko, a Kudol be Kudolna or Kana Landa Tambo Frank, ye cap to Kudole, Kudol cap, Menialonko, a Luale Betaraje means World Sansa. Number 2, na security sector. Security. Muluwasi fale security kaje ko kule bambang. Bao na security Gambia o chahanola. Kosi fa bebekala. Ibokalo men dunta fenero. Security personnel mold fang be fani afala. Security fang okono saje corruption be so much that inyaka tarato nyala ekamuru finti ekana ekamuru filende. Do you think that people are stupid? I mean, dunya and tamitola, this is 21st century. It's a more than no, but more benign and all of that. So more yalon, fe alon kaketa, more colon than before, and more colon than menketa. So pro na security personnel fonka findika more filindi, it will be more be filling and all. That's not right. Wo nyanta wasifal nyanta ka stop. So it's a money keno kana security tightened. Wo National Assembly do court, lual menki. Another one, IEC la Act. National Assembly lay old Walter, National Assembly nyanta IEC Act Jubela Kendek. Bao election tambilalu a ngurunguro siat, a noise siat, a pramparamo siat, a nonsense siat, a kosifa be siatakon. It's a money kenoka IEC regulate. It's a muluasifa like yoko momo IEC head. Maybe nga term limit kefan na 2 terms, neo savite boje. Because no the more killing na corrupted jedol, leader in corrupted jedon, abe continue like a corrupt. Abekari continue like a corrupt may alonko ben na election running more fundamental and constitutional right about violated about jujulan yokono. So IEC Act anyanta ka jube kulka kenyaming for example attestation of the alkaloli attestation or so do nyanta kala fendi me alonko ni election mina wal manya nakake because alkaloli attestation of the luntang lay. So kuja malebe economy alonko ni sulata National Assembly member lo many alonko e karanta e besile e kolo jube e kolo analyze ya jube what is good for Gambia yo tamandi yo luasi fabdende what's bad for Gambia ya bondi jay neo katadron esaje esi election of on control IEC sitra tamala under certain guidelines me alonko akumaya tabaki hanni atra IEC la akdo bije me alonko entrenched clause lamudi. Yes, National Assembly nyanta wula niya joka mambe tiento. Nyanta wula le, ya vote, ya super majority soroje, wala 2/3 of the National Assembly members will vote for yes. Yeah, some referendum or I change. Esaje, again, the power belongs to the people, not to the IEC, not to the president. Power belongs to the people, not to any minister. So IEC, so National Assembly nyanta ka make sure the power belongs to the people. And it will more let many alonko or more people or later nominate they represent. So they need to take the power and give themselves more power. But to look more represent. And anything me alonko coming out from Yamanyantic referendum multi, they go back to the people. More you decide, more formally I decided for you. And the other part is Muluwasi fale be dano la mense corruption or fa wala kanate wala ya atala back in the bankoka. Kajeko netata ministry nangam e bamu ka million la ka firije. Million lo. Bari ne million lo firite nak e bu kam na membala fa wata e bu kam ye jumale muta. E jumale bayala do ko ye jumala samba ya prosecute ye jumala samba prison mal too alay bring your Masakunda city up to now ntena ne mamo eko kare sunyalo ke kodol embeso ya mutale ya samba kitila kitio ya kitindile loi nyina lakan abenyin sanyi nangam le la prison ndamoje nane match donc kodo bitaka lolo every single day moldo kodo sunyaka every single day e kamoje Gambia me an kabe do ko Masakunda doko how much do they pay nothing I mean it rock kodo men so to manke fenti so pour mari e fintino ka bunjangolo lo abe muto kuto sanna o kodo ka bo mentore so National Assembly nyanta kajeko a government hold accountable and in government do kulal kajeko Masakunda you hold accountable because otherwise inyanta budget of foncil inyanta sorry na felanyina ta lafta men fonfola inyanta na loans on men kata ye capital loan kan me ala ko nim fota rawto drong no more loans to Masakunda la bulu na no ali ala ko do nyi men kanal ya ka fu nyoma ali amuta de ali amuta ku na ali talan nyotem loan te talan banko ko tank there is no more loan motel loan tala da mantanyi mom manyin debt seal nyin jo debt seal nimma nyin jo nda mental loan ko tentala so port authority ka ko do mum bondi GRA ka ko do mem bondi airport ka ko do mem bondi yeta institutions of forestry ka ko do mem bondi tourism ka ko do mem bondi agriculture ka nyimune bondi ye bejube kaje ko ngam famara wokono and live within our income nga menso nga trying na budget ko kono ka tamo nyama nga nyin julu ba talta stop because nyin julu ba men kana na banko kan National Assembly member ba approve juro ta da fa ben kununna mbesiri nyaba la mankuke nse mune keno wala nyin National Assembly kate fa memina kamo kendol tambo many be debt ceiling kala je ka jako nin juro fota into nangam to don abanta Masakunda bito president wala ko mo be fambul fo be control kala la bang kaje ko nyin kodol kanatinya o ya bule ya be pese pasar ndiyo fonke niyo fonanke mbe te fon hold accountable mbe question le mbe la minister common le na ya explain nyin budget wol nyin kodi carmen detail ya duni min tole lafta ka evidence je and the another thing is na government nyanta tala electronic system electronic financial management system.
Paperless.
Kakolo bonde mol bulokono kata through electronic transactions. Molo kana ma niamu ebe kodo sunyala abebulele. Yaso tole ye accessory. Bani kodo mo bebunde mol bobo. Masakunda la fe ofen abeta jo bank. Emari ni registro drone beta ye menjo ye registro itandi. Ya jo men kame yela pagaso chika yadile. Yela fon chika yadile. That's it. Kodo kana jo moya. Fapreta National Assembly see a delegation of authorities who wouldn't know. Kajeko minister at any given time. Nibe kodo spend na fego kundo project kundo na what example of it. Na 1 million seat wala anything come your capital dijeko 1 million wala mitala delegation. That's your delegation of authority. It offends spend no more than 1 million without somebody else's authority. Sadio minister nak ni lafta ka projects that will like a fence me alonko abetambela 1 million they have to go to somebody else. It damol kana spend no nemo fula saba bebo ta kukilo kunto chances are abetama kulale sadio mo kilo kana ta yela o beka see nyine be kodo bonda mol bol fanan so National Assembly do ku bala be bol mari nyine membre jewo kay mom fa fisanin fa ka ku nyolo strategy. Yeah, fafisa nim fa ka kunyo wala siatge. Kumal bejele nak yes, mo kumal bejele, mo intelligent ngol be kono, mo smart ngol be kono, bari they are singled out. Ning fahamu balia, fahamu balolu siata fahamu lalti. Ni fe ofen bot fahamu balolu mem bot wala betamala. Ba o to man fahamu. E mara ka mem fa bot so mo bina manekla na banko kan. But because tembo be to level to siata. Ibe wala kala fo ka tawala bang fo la fahamu bal yalam barang wala betamala woto sulata nga mo fahamu ron dunde ye siaje many be sembo sur la kana banko stay kana banko drive into the right direction so bedan jam faloda.
So Sam, thank you for that Abaraka. Ila kumo benta ila kumo nyinyata So saying the left them and like just getting in a few questions. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So if you look at this election, Mimbina, it is a Jumale advantage to the UDP, President Barrow, or the Doi, or it is a Jumala a cool new Jumale favor. Where is the trend going near the National Assembly?
Well, Niajibe, Ntafola Jumale advantage on some men for no limity. We has always Ninkono Niajibe, number one women for Jibela Wallaminti, UDP the largest amount in the current National Assembly. Yeah, so it told them the largest party. The largest party can determine Manala Walam the past election. Jumale the largest seat in the National Assembly. Walam the largest party, and that's UDP. Yo, but between UDP and Kolfongono, model crop tajere, dole brown envelope ta, many atina ela kamaman na tamano kotank. So mostly follow upon anyanta scrutinize ye bonded ye mo kutol lundi. I mean, like right now, Ngajeko Momut Sabulu Belora. I think he'll be a great candidate. Bao Betonya normal. And then mostly fall down. Any party. But Menkumayata is not about the party. Menkumayata is who is this person? Ngamun daji kasi follow on marito. Regardless of the party, for the NPP, for the UDP, for the GDP, GCP, all the parties. Currently the National Assembly, last 5 years, record GB. Good records maybe the more secretary for a name on good records of the Murmanaka Catofa, Alfarindok. Ye modo luta ye will send Dundeje, ye Catofa will ye minister is National Assembly in balance. Ya shake Bao Kujamal Katamaje. Kudol pasta je luadol pasta je mini yalon ko manyana ka paskonya so nyanta molde sutla mini yalon ko be o dulanyim balance la kaje ko debate kendo etraje mi yalon ko is very good mol saje. In fact, National Assembly la debate nyanta ka findi television GRT nyanta ka findi GRTS nyanta ka findi television mo be nyaaji nsaje mol fonan salon jannin katte fewol kasi mol saje jumal la kadiyama ni jumal la kadiyama jumal la katonya fanin jumal la ke nyatling e kodi tonya obe mol ma ko la back. So at the end of the day, Jumala advantage I don't know that mole be kono wala patile be je menkling advantage until a jero to nentebe ko jibela ka jibele. It doesn't matter Jumala mu wala batamu mintole na Jumala be siloka Jumala be tilon into tamanda Jumala be the president nangala cabinet ning hold accountable ndebe o mosi falla nyinenka so wol soto da dawda regardless of the party wala nyanta ka tambon kataje.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have Mpamara on the line. Mpamara is joining us now.
Yep.
Mpamara, welcome.
Hey, Mpamara.
Welcome. He has a new baby, so.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah,
hey,
congratulations.
Alaikum salam. Mpamara, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Are you guys started or you're not yet?
Yes.
We have started, but you can just come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just let you go ahead with your thoughts. Yeah. How is the family? Everybody's good?
We're doing good. Alhamdulillah.
Excellent.
Alhamdulillah.
Excellent.
So the National Assembly qualifying, in election nala National Assembly mosi fala nyanda talaje nyanta mune mula do ko te sifa ngol bela ka charge anak to mo fula be janbari ndiamotala. We are on the second round now, so we'd like to give you the opportunity fanena ela miro mente National Assembly election or report fane fm foje molo se memo jeda. Yep.
Yo, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So mbe ba dingol be kontona ni lamorlalo samba frère baraka bake ni sawane nkai bawo nga nyati len député carte fayola fenno mi alon ko kumata bake mbe molmin tombon pour kata député bonto Your Sam Somanda Belamokela audio dolami alonko. You are talking about how to fight corruption. I think that's a very, very important audios. Mabe Lamoy Nabarangal Lamoy, the first one, and I think
okay.
And what be in Conole, pro Mulmini alonko bitara tara deputy bomoto. Because deputy le sembosro come Masakunda hold accountable. Masakunda be kuku kekan, president onala deputy be ebe mingo min kekan in the executive. National Assembly member deputy le sembosro ke commanding nan deputy bomoto. Nim minister be kuku kekan ala ministry ay banko mol jakali mingati na minister be nyinko kekan deputy yo sembosro ka minister commande ay danku ala ay member bulu ya nyininka ando ay jabiro suta so wala ne ka fuko last time bring justice minister ya commande I excuse at the last minute deputy bumu man happy o kola so nim minister o kike sinya kilin sinya fula sinya saba then deputy bumu fen suto ke fen so wala na kumata bake deputy carte fa to nyalo be funga political dad ni je wala mole tara political party to bara kumata nga mol sambanang deputy bumu mini alonko ye mansa kundalo akatama nyame anin lual mini alonko ebe banko be marakan o lual la yo lual fana faham bake you understand it? Because wobe deputy la symbol kono la wala la do ko kono ka lual dada yo lual min be banko kan inyanta ya long ni lual fana be dada la fana ya long lual sifanya le dada la you understand it? Anu fana e boda tundo minto kakewol tundo la inyati isingoti ani dakaloti deputy bunko no fana kumata bakale so nekeda deputy de boda tundo minto inyanto tundo la problemo inyanta lonnale ando inyanta kala molte mi yalon ko be wakilla ka diamo tundo fana la problemo la pro masakunda salon deputy bunko salon membe kere o tundo la karol yo ni nada jiwe fana Gambia la bankol kan andi banku dol kan international treaties and conventions wol fana fenete mini alonko deputy bon fana la sembo sto blale ye lo blast la ko jube fo nyimmo luwala ti mi alonko Gambia man sakunda nyanta da dundla nyin convention otele wala nyin international agreement otele because wol be ka tambini deputy bon la yaje so in that sense deputy la lodla kumata bakele because man sakunda be kambeng kaiti was kaiti signela mi alonko abe Gambian banku dol tema wala Gambian international community tema will be katamine national assembly so nyanda molso to mini alonko they have to evolve cool develop critically bankola nafa minti ye low wala ya ko Gambia dadum kuto kumi alonko asentel tanka ay banko tanka and ay ke kuti mi alonko asken na yurwa nafana nafat yaje so wol kumata bakel yo nyin député min carte fa min kana is very 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 important pour nga jube mol min yalon ko be taraje because ni nata jube so far selection ka Kenya men nga party dol moyle ko they are not happy the way the process is done because min ka ke dol ko itinala na political party kono science even though you have your master's degree or you have a university graduate but itinala party kono science eko itebekala deputy so this means ko wo marina da place nyinol amanna pruka cater represent yo nyindon mi meta party kono a lot of party bring cool be kolearing but then imango qualification also imango experience even though politically it will metal party nyin kono a lot of party nye fo be tembo minto but for wollo multi-mini alonko be selection okela based on that bank ko momi meta party kono wala momi alonko a fata political party wala momi alonko kabrim party be lole it will be nunjenu before so anin kana wo jube na mo jube mi alonko ase diamuno deputy bunko na Gambia la banko fasa lual mini alonko Gambia kan be bondla no nyaari la ni loi kendol mini alonko mankite manna folo bol file la nyaari anti corruption bill bol kono so wala na samilo audio yemini ki wala kumata bakele political party be lamo ya jube national assembly fon ye lamoy ka jube in preparation of this anti corruption bill mi alonko anyanta la deputy bumuto in fact anyanta ka discuss by now but inata bondi from their last meeting so this means ko ninyin deputy kutol nada the first thing that we are going to look forward to is this anti-corruption bill because ako metal You understand? Anu na banko tita no nyato nim manyi loi sifal shotono mi ya lonko abe banko tankala banko la naflo tankala abe marala nyami because ko dol bije e ka ke banko kan amanya na kela you know fuarol bije batare banko la ko dingo mi ya lonko anyanda ka banko be nafa e mulka tamandir sila mi ya lonko amanke tamandir kendet so sam elani audio lo be janja na forum to in fact denga commence na ka janja fang even though mallemo abela bare ngalo na ko e kumol minfo kuma kendol la muso na burfoot political platform nga janjan jelo already anu ba janjan kan talatulo dami yalon ko mol nyanta ka sike lamoya you understand is ba jelo ko na député bon ni natana e se lamoy wo recommendation la because kulle bi jemini yalon ko nin baranta wala you know corruption ba fight la no na banko kan you know ni ajube nyin covid fund min natana kodo min depends on the fuel coupon damadron fuel coupon me along is unaccountable and those are the easiest way masakuna dokula ka corruption o tamaninya because fuel coupon is easy to get a receipt from a petrol station you know it's a phone of 5,000 spend on my this trip kata janinjang ita petrol station to the 5,000 receipt of bondena ya sambana but in the actual sense the coupon nimantar in that level yeah so it's very easy so but it's some you call I don't know one of your program too even this odometers of vehicles. You know, when we have a good vehicle control system, moto boda jakata masakunda tamola wala kata kudo tamola yala odometer ta from the time I fuel or supply ota and then the time next time na bina muruna na you deduct that odometers ya juve for nying I distant or mintabang ako I fuel or minjani whether that is true or not. That will tell you whether that person has spent that fuel coupon of 2,000 or 5,000, whether that journey was something near lonko as spent day. So ninga moto la odometer tang will control. So nyene fenne te mi yalonko sa control nole. It's very easy to control. But in kanya lo la kan anola tina masakunda motor vehicle and maintenance and fuel we are still spending a lot of money mi yalonko manyata blood. So in short Sam député bungo akumata bake nga molso do mi yalonko e ba wakil lale ka diamo hana tere bota party mi fonda hana tere ka president la party bota woldo banye president la party jabe kuke ka mi alonko e fon ya ko nyi manke gambia la interest wuli ya tandila party mol la ko nte man son nyi loi la president la loi na ta nyi loi mi sam na man son ala yela dalilol fo mi alonko koita and o matina ko e bota political party min do ye disrespect le but then ila view on that document min na National Assembly is that ko amanke gambia la interest even though it's a political party bolo puskan pour ka samanan ka pass National Assembly but if na lona li yela fen ko tane wala banko din kende yat so mbal tentula baake mbal jela nyimu kukumal ta baake ni National Assembly akumata baakel because coalition government ni National Assembly min tambita ngajele député bungol kono député siata bar kujamal nata na mini alonko nga expect ko they should vote against imakeno na constitution of the atata in the dustbin even though we have political parties mini alonko but a party do to siata je but han kawi mankuno wol cold so abe kumala baake ning assembly no moltombong mini alonko e be gambia nya fitala ning corruption ning ku kana kol min tambira nin sanji lulo kono akana repeat ko tanke yeah.
Thank you, Farmer. Thank you so much. Yeah, you cooking the ball for young. Someone you're muted. Malang ngaje panambediam kanana, but you're muted.
This is the best moment of my life. It's totally beats my old best moment.
Someone we can't hear you. I don't know, Malang forgot beyond.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Farmer, for that. Thank you. Farmer. Yeah. Thank you. So you have something to say since you make reference to.
No, and I'm Farmer recommend for you. It is true. Nga audio release about corruption. Nga kujamal release kono all kono. And it is true. Puka corruption onying eliminate na banko kan silo lebije. Osilo fana janebe osilo sotla. Yeah, aka commence mentally with the National Assembly. National Assembly be loi kendol de dala. It's Jaman Secunda world war operate world war. So a command footing is very, very important. Naninga vehicle company and government vehicle policy. And nothing I will discuss the number 4 and gave for almost every year and take a repeat rocket live for everybody. It come very important because that's how you can track vehicles. Imagine Mansakunda and NGP, we are spending millions and millions and millions of the Gambian dollars. May along a pick it up fuel coupon or Jama Fonka Yeman Kasarale. So based of knowledge, near and take a recommendation of Mendy, near will follow. If they don't know, they can ask me. I'll tell them. I know what I'm talking about. Matra no, it's because I have done that. You know, American Embassy, and I was in charge of I was the vehicle fleet manager. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did at the U.S. Embassy. So, and then I know moto mileage memory and fuel consume. Does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, I stop right away. I know exactly. So, and come in before, you know, it's all from experience as well. So, corruption is set in the banko kang anyanta ka stop na banko kang, but National Assembly plays a very important role in this. You know, people nema lua kendol da dama sekunda be tamala lual menna. Be koleala le puruma sekunda, and not only ka lua da da yabule bulu, but lua nyanta ka enforce, lua nyanta ka tamanda nyama, ne lua man tama, then it will make lua da they can question why. They need to be able to come out and question why munana nyimantama because na futene lua ya futene munana baka tamandi wanyama. You know, so akumata bakle ka mo kendol tombong comme in famara fanya fanyami many along ko bitan na banko represent la. Yes, patiolo famara kudo fana for me very, very important. Patiolo kono more be patiolo kono many along ko they've been there for 30 years or more. You know, and they would prefer it will find a chance at all your opportunities to low nyinsi fala. But a most if I name our experience related to Dano Kafem fight no National Assembly, a Bekolia la Purko Mosifal Kije, because near Kije it's a productive nola. It's a productive nola National Assembly. Banko men need the Okalaje. So really it's very important bao tundu mafan atulia la molon. Aliela competency level lon. Aliela qualification lon. Aliala no Jumala Selata Alan Jumala Katonya Fanamfo. Alialo na melan ko tapale mole mat alkana kate for tapale boy at the National Assembly because ningata the moment ye brown and bolo bodunga table don at be continue tapale wala because ate akungolaje so you know kuma tabake kawol bejube kujama la bijeme yan ko ke jube so nyin kate fayo National Assembly kate fayo deputy kate fayo akuma tabake back so I think is the most important thing in Gambia because it will live in the banko shape the next 5 years be kala nyaming it will about shape Ni beteata is in the banko shape nyama. Ni man betea, then we continue to go downhill. Bekalawa nyama na banko murakomala. So thank you. Sawana mbokemwe, you are muted.
Yeah, ala barka bake. Mfawara anisam. De kuma dan tanda so don nan tamen faila kan pro kal nyin ka walla. Bari nyin karte fewa important nyinam defana yaje ko nyinam the most important deputy karte fewoti because incumbent do felenti men winter another power sign abe power try and grab in any way pour nyin kamala alafta men na wolsike banko kan so nyinamu gambiano la chance ti pour ka balamba ya tandika tandiko lafta men na ndol banko dingol yaje nyamin abe kala wala nyama obe keno la min to National Assembly executive power be already member president Obulu have been nominated 5 nominated member many alonka will bala agenda le support la will better la National Assembly so where advantage jalale okay I alliance for form and I don't know 5 political party or more because NPP I mean NRP BJL APRC BJ PPP BJ so according to what Sidin Jaila nga posting menje wolem MPP is gonna contest for 40 seats. So 140 seats ning near majority win is still gonna be alliance with APRC. Many alonko they are contesting for 5 seats. Ngamara MP NRP for the same thing. Okay. And ngamara already UDP law seats so many win. Some of them went to already Barrow's camp. So sign mol nanta sila Gambian wala nanta sila nga ko mira kendeke. Okay, the presidential election keda still mol be in doubt whether election on a win telefama win. Ya fahamle suno keda banko kang nana ma ñoo sunoje karte fewo ke for over 1 month 2 months population of man keno mol man tara ibuka mol figure out no so mona mo because mol ma mira man mira wala keda la bari bu incumbent na mo win wodo lo bari bu wendel jahal baake wende famo jahal baake because nadini ya throughout. Okay, Boroma daraja sudo ama penko sudo pro kafuko atile daraja ta jawarati o jammede plate na o win. So I into to jahalin in particularly momodollo I into that yearlin because sirfudi mo campaign okay a campaign okay denyal waro membe dindi yare. So in the border body, so ni ako ente I that real in hindsight I cannot anyadil. But again, I see results on certified. So from abula results on in normal. Bandaka men for wallam, dining cool betaka wonyama. Dol be kamenol niajan kanyim programs if also nkafo in our local language pro. Namol men kada karte fewala isa long. Hani men karang isa understand. Member at stake because one side a power tar, it will be a blowout. Hanamadu abuka satisfy. Hanamadu wanna satisfy ako kolera back. Ano mo be ka for fankun. So ninga abula in one political party a dominance ke in the presidency element. A lot of things be killer at a Gambia favor because we'll be kumula mirala. So you know time oti dipte kapito mobe bonasino la. Nibe sino la no wuli. Yenya yele ye tumu sama jibe. Yela banko jibe. Many countries sort of at heart. Cause Samia for nyame aning farmera. What let those people come and lead our country. Men man country at heart at all alone. Almol vet, ila integrity, brilla, ila school career, ila document menke, ila family, ali vet, ali kiss, ali afay mo. Akana afay niye ko konti be ni particular. Hani. You left the President Barrow win. Fine, yeah, fire. Because maybe Iman Dabo like, or Iman Halifa like, or Iman Esapa like, or Iman Mama Kande like, or Iman Mr. Jamel like, yeah, for Barrow. Fine, or Winter. But say, don't go and vote for MPP just because it is, Barrow and President. No. Not only UDP la candidate, no one is doko keno, ala tundola. Or Mama Kandela candidate, or Doyle candidate. Ala way. Yeah, America Jang and in other places, it can operate well in Yama. People can just go like, and then remember party killing, or and then remember the tribe killing, or and then remember the finger killing, Nanda Faila Wale. Wo ike fangole swinga. Because iba faila to mumu mianko ijikita ko atebe banko stiri wa sambalna. Most of the party killing, more killing, president way ngani kendo solo, but it dependol nemba ila party kono all mangani kendo solo. The ngani kendo solo president mangani kendo solo. So saying after the tembo la gambenol sinyamala sinyayele I understand ko munebe laren palato kan expensive tabak 5 years amanke sanjin dinti na mespota mbele mo ko labu wala jano abuka foda bokuma yigira aiso membe ke kan Gambia mo bebe kumbola hadi me afay baro e ma fay baro e bebe kumbola because barotina afa ko nyina fayinte mbadu mano dundi wada kon ani ato ben wala men be afa Gambia dol fa ya fa ya mawol fon kalamda wol be ko la condition be ñaari so important ba kele pour nga try nga bon ko Gambia je so ndaba ñu kala menna wala ya mera you know in this election men tamita thing UDP na nyami anin sembo ba min anin fen ko expectation pour que presidency ñu soto aman adol mo ko la miro dal ya mera ni election of the UDP be perform no la jeñadi le waran this other opposition pour que National Assembly la balance ni ka balance inde adol la miro be keno la ñadi le area jumalel mo me alon ka ya mera or how many seats me alon ko ni opposition was pull out no or what do you think alla expectation of the opposition ñadi la pour ñi kamala jisi balance adol yo ñadi Vamara.
Yeah, baraka bake Sam. Sorry, Saune. Wokumata bakele because nying kate fayo. Especially in the form of Tundo Minto, the border parliamentary constituency. And then ngajele right now, more sababe NPP ticket o nyinele puruka low contest la. But I'm saying the final decision is not yet announced yet, even though at the constituency level, NPP side, echo among application received from any other aspiring candidate apart from the incumbent, all of the Honorable Mimbije right now. So Odronala interest otandi, even though we know that two other people have shown their interest, you know, but then according to the constituency level, Honorable Lalakobe will follow at this point in time. So if I like a UDP in San Menteran right now, I think they have finally selected somebody. I think the person is in Bijilo or Kerseren, from Bijilo or Kerseren. So will be Lola UDP ticket. And then we have two other independent candidates. Mini Alonko Wolfona be Lola will be able to Sabiji, will be able to Sukutale. Even though the other one, Mimbe Sukuta, is from Brufut originally. All of that is from Brufut, but the mom is from Sukuta. So we have those two independent. So at this point in time, you know, Molba Fukane, both UDP and the NPP, a candidate will mean somebody. It's not something me alonko I'm only fada at this point in time, based on reasons. So independent candidate, we know one of them because he is very prominent guy. He's been the Secretary General of the Disabled Association for quite a long time. And the Mami Fana Doku Keman Sakunda Fana, you know him very well because he worked for Gamtel for a long time and then also worked at State House too, at Doku Kejer. The other boy, the independent kind of, we don't know much about it. But right now, all I can say is we might be surprised to see some independent candidate. And then, of course, UDP being the currently, like the National Assembly now, they form the majority there. In some of the constituencies, definitely they'll find it really challenging there for the fact that now MPP has come into play. At the same time, Fana Barrow as the president, incumbent has the power, you know, to influence in some other areas, even though we know some of those candidates that MPP is bringing forward, you know, they are not people, many along they are satisfactory in the vice, because complaint of from the cake and within. If you follow the WhatsApp forum, you will hear people complaining, oh yeah, your candidates will mean they are not even fit. But for the fact that some of them have been with the party when the party was being started, and then they are behind the president for a long time. So also not be that. But that is in all political parties. Some people will not feel happy the way selection is done, even though it is done in a fair and free manner. Some will still have something to query about. That's normal. But in Kajo Sifa like an abake, Nimulma happy min party kono, in the independent candidate as well, you know. So abedabendal ngai nyambudu furingolom dal momala be katira dal, but with all the signs dal akamte dal, you know, party selection from all sides dal is not very encouraging, you know, in terms of people you know, more expectation of that. Yeah. So it's going to be very tough. Even the other political parties too. We have seen APRC, the non-alliance, Now they are going independent with the other APRC, that's with the alliance. Now NPP decided to leave that 5 constituency in Fonyi to those APRC members, and then also some other NRP also in some of their areas that they are already, they have their names there. So the NPP coalition is also leaving NRP into those areas. So there are other political parties which have newly come in, and then they are with the alliance or supported the president's re-election, but still, like those people, we don't know their fate, whether they are going to put up a candidate or not, even though on the schedule, IEC schedule, their names appeared. Like for, I would take Sani Mentere as well. We have the ANRD, and we also have the Ganu party. And then these 2 political party leaders are all native of Brufut, and they are from Sani Mentere. And now the candidate that's been put up in Sani Mentere is an NPP, not an alliance. So now those 2 political parties, where is going to be their stand right now? If they don't put up any political candidate like other new parties like CA, we have seen CA, coming up with at least 2 or more parties, candidates, in other constituencies. So now, what is going to be the fate of those 2 political parties operating in Sani Mentere? Are they going to just continue to support NPP and are hoping that their candidate or their political party leaders will be absorbed in the system when the new executive comes into power next time, when Barrow will be selecting his ministers and cabinet, so nobody knows. So now, those political parties are now sitting on the fence. Nobody knows what they really want to do. Yeah, so at this point in time, but so far, Dolman happy the way selection are going. Some have put on candidates, but candidates also, they are not favorable in the constituency. So, as we go along towards the nomination process.
Yeah, nyambudu furu ngale mo mala be kandela daminto. Yeah, na be kandela daminto bang.
No.
Because I'm with you na be kandela daminto.
Molam famare me molam to nyadi. Nyamo ni kay mom nyame moro wolam de bida kala dami malo. So very interesting. That is very true though. Very, very true. So thank you, Famara. Thank you. On the member of the Olympian more nyanta kamenju better National Assembly members, deputy kate for your kumata back about deputy all the more represent Kangla Tundo. Now, manyanaka political party will be mistake okala near more select many along ko or Tundo more malafiwala. For whatever the reasons are, political party ngalon ne fanal benin jela jero ko. Kana more select me along because it's your favorite, or kana more select because of wole katatenga darajata tonya party nete more melondi ila more party benyanta rally la behind that you select you cut off because you have the reasons, but the reason should not be anything more than that person can do the job. Yalong neka more higher dokola coming be National Assembly be higher candidato akamta ekata wanyama be National Assembly deputy or higher in a hiring la start to sign mina deputy or la higher la case somebody ta doko kwenye nebe hiring kele ka kisi roke back kamola background o jube yela competency level jube ye motombo me yalon ko can do the job, not ye motombo because nyine ke pare nyi make wala kana motombo because nyine ka kumadima forte wala kana motombong because ite nyina like motombong me yalanko wala be doko nyim fulfill la be doko kala nyama anyata kala nyama wo kuma ya tabake. So political party will be monument londela inyanta e kana o mistake okay ka motombong me yalanko they are not going to be able to do the job. Ye motombong me yalanko yalanko ya background in shotole educational shotole ye experience financial. Yeah, bao education experience fatata. Most Jinang University to a PhD or a master's degree to na but anani man doku kidlata nani man fenlo na manke ay men karang yana ti adundi je well aning abita men kele manke clinty then that person cannot perform at okenola bari meya lonko anane nyin sifakele wallahi fenike meya lonko ni sulo woni ne mulunta aya fightan no jela track record settlement saitan de kwa nyinne ke I difference maker I changes scale I improvement natale anen komen ka na brem nani be diam kan human resource kono human resource la selection process nani ko fo jeni be mol interview la e kamuna jibe PAR past experience accomplishments and results nyemari muna mala past experience ti I mundo kule sifala ke because neolu jube wol baitande la ko ba wana nyinke most likely nyimbekla do kule me anako is very similar be nyimfana kenola so ala past experience ni okuma atabak accomplishments I am mune accomplish ba o do be deputy bonkono bi nga o jele for the past 5 years abeje ani mune ke hani feng ni meke ku anani fama wuli deputy bota lawyer diab you know ka feng for ka feng against them for ka feng support la nan ma wuli fan kadiam na wuli ta kadiam fona amam feya o mari bo kadiam o mari kaji be majority be dami taraje o mo le me ko ka ta samba nyola la ta boka mo samba e ka ta samba nyola o mo si fala man nit nga ka tok fa wali o manta difference maker o man fen accomplish what and then the results in a past experience may use and then you may accomplish what was the result of those accomplishments or come back or accomplishment only menko or money wala results ka wajube we munana talto la tundo we wala we munana te banko nyinto hanna ma fata la tundo we munake banko e nyune mune nyi deputy member nunje ay mum bill si fale sponsor me yalon kwa impact na banko ka ye wala jube wo impact mumunati ye wala jibe mo si falo mbe o tembol to ka mo si fal tambo men yalon ko they can make a difference there so kumata backing a mol tambo men yalon ko they will make the difference e beta jele e be difference kala mbe kan mo elale mbe re diamo mo elale mba jele be wolle be mambre nja against la mba jele be mawla be lola mambre nja nyoto ya fa ko nyim budget on telta approve la because of nyin nga be mol so to la men yalon ko lebe wolle talo je ya ka president on la cabinet be hold accountable mbesula lo mosi fala so patio patina very important nyankum matale is a one strike ya strike near right person zero asitaje do ko kanyi near the wrong person select not that you are stuck with that wrong person for the next 5 years akana ke modi fana me yalonko president sa a bribe no I kafu president ma men dia president wa kake president the moment president dunia kono ye national assembly mol soto e bulo kono ronga banta men dia te ya be kare pasla foku kendele ma foku le beter men ko nyim beter da banko to fama beter banko to abe kare pasla because I mol rap la yesho nyanta mol soto trombon na men yalon ko ito sonna ka bulao president la o jalo kono be sularo mo si fala so very important
Jame was Sifaleke until he was able to change a lot of laws a la favor. Jame was Sifaleke, you know, ni alamamanta from Benya, you know, then he would have used that not to leave the power, but election will lose. So Robert Stamp Parliament me alonko they are yes man. Nafatala. Ye kuma kende bala for janting. Nafatala. I think Gambians inyanyanta yella lesa. Nanta cool bondula nyoto. Parliament, if Parliament fongola sembo imalo. Parliament le fongola sembo solo hani presidency found. If they know their content. Walatina, maybe we need a coach. Now coach you know need maybe from abroad or somewhere. Attend the mall. Look at here in the US. Look at the state senate. And the House of Representatives. A lot of things they stop the president from executing it because he kill a power exercise. But into the parliament, it will mantra ila tundo represent kang. It will katra president will represent kang. Then the namaje ndoko kwek upside down. In Gambia, Africa, look at that backwards. People are going forward. Look at that backwards. To be representing the president. President may vote J. Parliament ila constituency wala vote wala na president Masembo so the fire bantola mon men beje hakilo fango dasatale it will camera the president or maybe greed it will be mentioned the president of blue it will they align themselves with that no the electoral may even get what the malice fire no by not voting for you again but neither can you know walla it you are politically motivated in constitutional jibe many are vote against ila constituency la desire think follow because they want this new constitution it will lemon follow political ha ni member of favor but ni member of favor baro yete kijeba no he left of a brown envelope la difo bank yes wala na grid lat nan to la banko tita because niaji ben parliamentarian ka jomen at least ila salary is decent parliamentarian in the Gambia they have a decent salary ila salary be good la jamala nyaato but with all that lafta bunjangolo lola lafta nyina kela it's like material competition you know mubi burosla dunia me alonko amanja ninjansi instead of having a legacy me alonko it will left in the history forever by doing something for your ilatundwala by doing something ndolka mona busy monala kare nyina so dam fana lafta nyina so la for parliamentarian kada loan apply loan ibe nyo faka wala when that news broke out last year it was very sad it will funke nyo loans approved in the parliament so well and until we are not serious yes our leadership has an issue but ndol fongole issue sorle including our parliamentarians so I think this is the time ngebe wafuje moment they vote against that constitution let them not get another chance. Let's bring people many are okay Gambia follow jala ngamara ningoke we will see a lot of differences yeah but ala kumol ni nyada baake sa indi left them in kala wolem do you guys think that this parliamentary election right people gonna be do you have again comment last one okay nyaming since Barrow is having his own trying to build his own you know like branch I mean the NPP branch in the parliament right do you guys think that he can overwhelmingly buy in some people even though they are in UDP or they are in NRP I'm sorry not NRP but GDC and other places still when those people win, you think Barrow will still be able to do what he did last time? Because last time I think about 9 or 7 or 9 people from UDP fall into Barrow's support. Do you think that could happen this time around? I don't know.
Yeah, so Gambia anything can happen. You know, you cannot rule it out. Anything can happen because first of all. Presidential election, so many queries the way voter registration has been done. And then political parties, some of them were not happy. UDP have shown that. Mama Kande has also shown that, even though the court dismisses them based on the procedure. But whether you claim me for voter registration or is not right, we don't know whether it's true or not. And whether IEC even did an investigation to check whether kumon min for that whether tonya long for tonyanteng for tapalaya keda for tapalaya mank so femman falindal as far as Molly and Minje from the last previous election and now we are going to the National Assembly election so it's possible opposition party called Dolphin for they might be happening but nobody's paying attention to it or we did not take any step whether it is true or not so we are now going to National Assembly election with the same fear in our mind and the same, more from all, the confidence level of people now has dropped from that presidential election. I don't know whether you have seen it. You know, everybody was shocked. People were shocked about, you know, the voter turnout, the Kartemim fight of Bangkok, you know, up till now. You know, I'm more surprised up till now. In fact, I constituency maybe they had the intention to run for National Assembly. They have dropped the idea because among confidence to the core, when they show up their interest, even though they are qualified in their constituencies, I mojama drop, you know, from the race to even stand. You know, otherwise you would have seen some very good candidates, you know, vying for National Assembly this time around. But I can tell you that 3 years ago, 2 years ago, somebody had an intention to run for National Assembly this year, has dropped the idea. And I was just speaking to somebody this morning, just suddenly before this program. You know, he was telling me I dropped the idea because, you know, he felt the way things are going was not normal. I mean, Kulmanta coup from the presidential level. Yeah. So now we are still going to that. And then also, UDP too, obviously, they were the party that was very vocal about all these irregularities going on in the electoral system. You know, Kabri registration exercise, they go into the police station trying to see what was going on there. You know, I mean, they've been labeled as people, many alonko, they are putting on a black and black, you know, trying to threaten people. But they had some substance. They had some level of dissatisfaction the way things were going. And they had a reason why they're going to police station to find out. So long as if other political parties also took it very serious, you know, and then say, we want to make sure, even though, you know, we are opposition, but we want to make sure that there are people who are registering really are the people who are qualified to vote. If all take it seriously, then we would have known the real issues, you know, whether what is going through the voter registration is right or wrong. But yeah, you will be monkey, you know, I mean, you can see, don't be surprised too. You know, you could me along will be surprised. You understand? Even coming for even UDP, some members, you know, probably after voting they might change their mind and be on the president's side, or even in the mayoral election, or maybe anything can happen. Because this system people put interest and money before national interest. I think I could me along it become predict no. So don't be surprised. And then put it at the back of your mind. Narrative can change. Even the incumbent NPP, we have not seen their party manifesto in Denmark, and they went into election without a manifesto. And then, I mean, of course, the state resources were at their access. You know, you'll be useless. And then the president was able to mobilize a lot of people, even some of the political parties, many along they were against what President Barrow was doing, where the same people then come back and rally him and support him to win the elections. And then now some of them are been left behind in this process now. So say many along among candidate put up, and they had their own political party. Now your president Marco Aganeta, and say it is a political party among candidate for London deputy Cartela. So say one situation they either continue supporting NPP, it is in expense of their political party. In case near some minister position or fine, near some minister position or then I come to it will lose again. Imam president ya Cartefa imang deputy Londi saying Baroman neke minister do all ambassador. So say it will saying what are they going to do? They are going to be hanging on like that until 2026 to come out, or what? Because at that point in time, they say they support Barrow's agenda, and they feel like, oh yes, he's the man to support. But now, your man when you support a winter, so it'll be declaring alliance or maybe, you know, ebe fem play in that part. Either a bela candidate or
ebe kumalaje.
Ebe kumalaje. Well, for maybe MPP be deputy London because alliance deputy instead of NPP Dama. You understand? So what na your APRC, I mean, your political player. even though yes, Nanoko Foni, APRC candidate will but APRC political prelator. Because one equal Foni deputy will be low APRC toyala. So MPP man chance to in Foni, MPP candidate Londije. So if I look whether the alliance continue or not, Nimbaro ni MPP be later your Foni deputy Markwe will win again. Then they are APRC candidate, right? If say 1 year down the line, alliance won't work at all, they break out with Barrow, at least we have APRC candidate, Pati Manfa, the supporters, so they have a candidate they are looking up to, Konyin the APRC la agenda follow. Right. But the other political part, NRP for not the same, decide to do the same. So even Alliance of Tinyata, Ahmad Bana, NRP, they will still continue because they have a representation in the National Assembly.
Good.
But now other political parties in Mini Alonko, they support, Alliance will support. It's among Barrow make a minister to follow, and make an ambassador, and we therefore saying they denied that chance to, to pick up their own candidate to become a National Assembly member. Citizen Alliance, of course, yes, in Natalie Barrow support at this last 9 minutes, but at least they are putting up their own candidate as Citizen Alliance. You understand?
So Citizen Alliance, if you contest, how many places to contest now?
I think they have 5 or more because Nene is doing for Serekunda West. Then Rafi is doing for Bakau, and I saw this morning a candidacy withdrawal for the fact that a dual citizenship, and then somebody advised him that according to the 1997 Constitution, as a dual citizen, you will not be eligible to stand for a National Assembly member. I don't know how true is that, but Rafi announced this morning that he's withdrawing his candidacy. In Sukuta, in Sanimentran constituency, one of the boy is also standing as CA. So I'm most along right now, but I know there will be another couple of people somewhere.
But those ones, are they going to be contested with Barrow?
Yeah, they are contesting not with Barrow. They are going to contest against Barrow like NPP because NPP already have they are in the process of selecting their candidate in Sanimentran.
Okay, so that means those ones are not in coalition with Barrow.
No, they are not in coalition. I know Dr. Cisse just said he's supporting Barrow's agenda, but doesn't mean that the CA is in alliance because no alliance. Covering presidential candidate in other code, they are supporting Barrow in what he's doing, but doesn't mean that they are part of the alliance. But like other political parties, they are part of the alliance from the beginning before Beduna Katefa of Hong Kong. Like in our area, like we have the ANRD and the GANU. GANU was
those ones, if they don't have any candidate and the other Barrow didn't give them a chance and contest against them, whatever they want to contest, or they don't have any candidates and they don't have any ambassador position or any other position, they are doomed.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way you can say it. They will be doomed because because Obatara is too late for them to come back and say you want to go against the Barrow government again. When you say in the beginning before Katefa you want to support him because you feel he is the right man. You understand? So it's risky right now. So their hope now is
the only parties that has their act together in the coalition with Barrow are NRP, APRC, and maybe PPP one candidate.
Yeah, PPP one candidate. Yeah. So those ones obviously they're the ones benefiting because right now wherever PPP put a candidate, the whole MPP team and the other coalition will back that candidate too and support. So if PPP have a seat, NRP has a seat, and then you have the APRC have a seat. Those three are secure.
So all those 10 plus parties that went to Barrow as a coalition are just a joke now because they probably have no future.
They have no future because they cannot come back and tell us that Barrow disappointed us, so we are going against him. Nobody will listen. And then now they will be hanging in there, pretending to be supporting Barrow, and come 2026, you're going to be very difficult to revive your campaign again, trying to convince people because the person who is silent right now, you say he's the right man in the right place, and he's doing what you think is the right thing to do. So the future is so good. And I think MPP should have considered them, and then at least instead of MPP being ambitious, trying to go for 40 seats, at least you can give out 10 again, one seat to each of those political parties to at least file somebody in the region where those political party leaders come from. You know, say for example, in our constituency in Sane Mentereng, you know, they can just say, okay, we'll put one candidate for GANU or ANRD. And that way, we know that GANU and ANRD, you know, at least they have a representation from the constituency they come from. And then also in the other regions as well. And then you might be expecting a lot of breakaways as we go, you know, because otherwise, political party. Yeah. So what be dal? Abe dol batandila dal. Yeah, dol batandila because.
How do you see UDP here? Because UDP ndela kuwa enjahal sai. How they can revive this thing. I mean, because they are the most they are the most like they are the strongest to challenge the system.
No,
so
UDP.
What is their strategic? Unless the UDP strategy be to get to stop Barrow.
I be calling ala back to stop Barrow right now because minke the presidential election of even though ye kujama jelemi alonka mantra taka and ye molu won lako things are going in the wrong direction. But UDP being UDP mulke jelako they are just against Barrow. You understand me? So naming me for the wrong they are against President Barrow, but ye kumol sudo mini alonko very evident.
But this is not about Dabo anymore. Let's say President Barrow won because of Dabo. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Not like you are against Dabo, so that's why you vote for president. Saying Dabo is not in the picture. Right? We have talented UDPers, talented, educated, capable. We know them. We can make the list. They have the most, none other, in any political party. We all agree to that, right? Anybody like Carola. Saying Dabo is not in the picture. Dabo take back seat. It's not. There's no presidential thing anymore. Now let's go to integrity, character, knowledge. Okay, UDP has it. So why can't they revive from this and they make sure they challenge each seat based on integrity, based on, I know Barrow has the money, but money cannot buy everything sometimes.
No.
So what strategy can they put forward? Because this needs a great tactical move to try to make a point on candidate by candidate, not presidents by president. Let's make sure that they don't make it as Barrow against Dabo again. Because when they do that, they might face the same results. Because really, if you really look at this election, it has come down to that. It has come down to Barrow and then Dabo. Because of people's not liking Dabo could probably cost Barrow to win, even though people don't like Barrow. But who do you dislike most?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think strategically, if I were in UDP, I would put the strongest candidate, the one with integrity, knowledge, education, right? Charisma, and contest based on that, not based on Dabo. Let Dabo and Barrow, let them not allow them to be put in that dogfight again. Yeah, if they want to bring it up, no, let's go to character issue. Let's go to candidate issue. I think Niyake Onyama, they do their campaign in the ground and don't sit down and assume we are the big party. There's no more exist. It comes down to Mfamara and the Sam.
Yeah.
Who is better?
Right.
It comes down to that. It comes down to that. Let us not talk about our leaders, because once you started to put those things into play, now people started saying, okay, it reminds them of the election. And totally, that election really, I mean, that would not play well for UDP.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what you guys think, but that's just my common sense on that.
Yeah, I mean, UDP is a well-structured party. And then loyal and all those things. But when at the National Assembly, from the constituency level, someone onto the regional office. Me along the executive don't have the hand in how to choose the leaders. But mole kela mol tombong. So mole min tombong nin lower body be min tombong inada sambana. You know, ya sambana ko UDP ko left nyinala. You know, the executive have no power over that. I understand. Sometimes we might be lucky. I came out to me alonko. I political on me a karanta and I say as a more represent no. But sometimes the kajeko definitely new mole means samana that you know it could have been a better person or a better candidate. What can the executive do about that? Executive can't do anything about that because that's what is democracy. That's what the people say they want to him or her to represent them. So if I like in that sense, party kuno definitely. But I hope UDP come here for Nyame. We put that out to the equation in our GB mini alonko. They are very competent. Like especially those existing ones, many alonko already. Get a level of competency in the National Assembly. And then Katabake during these days, in this 5 year Yakumba Jete Nyolubolo, you talk about other candidates too. Many alonko, they are very vocal in the national and they played a very, very pivotal role in these last 5 years. Yeah, so all Kumata Bakr. But UDP is one of those political parties, many alonko. They are very strong and they are ready. They are very fearless to challenge the executive, and they always do what they can. And I hope other political parties too will do the same. Speak up. When the government is doing that, you don't only highlight and keep quiet, but follow it up. Call the president's name out if necessary. Do say what you want to do, and that's what we need as an opposition. You need to be strong. You need to be very vocal. Not only highlighting issues and stopping from there, but you have to know exactly what is going on, make a proper follow-up, and as a National Assembly member, you have all powers to bring any minister in the National Assembly to come and answer to any corruption charges or any other things many alonko there. And when you in the National Assembly, the accounts committee, for example, ning audit report finda. There is malpractice somewhere or corruption somewhere. What do? They just either accept or reject your report. But what else happened? Does the police come on after that ministry and the minister to enforce the law? So what we call to me alonko is very important we start to enforce our laws. But then akumata back definitely yeah, so that's my take. UDP is still very important political party in our country. I hope they will continue to do what they do, holding their executive accountable and the other political parties too, But you need strategies if you want to fight incumbent. So learn from the past mistakes, because this past election meantime they were so confident. Yeah, even though they've highlighted some of the issues, yeah.
Thank you. Sam, your final words, if you have,
Yeah, I know you topic of meta on back, and it's very interesting though. What you were both saying, very, very interesting and definitely true for sure. Final interview for the political party really aliala vetting process no makenneke kajeko the most competent people you nominate muleta kato 5 many alon ko la tundo refana ye likely ning tundo tundi e mo fula tombom wala saba many alon ko wali la interest tende ko la vitale asatara party yela criteria final nandi momo la taka londe proka National Assembly yaro ntolbe men support la dal yen sako aje proka je ko ntolbe men not necessarily support but ntolbe I can't think of the word here, but ntolbe men fasala dal wala minti ne me nyunisoro because man lafi men wala mu yes tundo do to si modo tambon nange mo me yalon ko mo tilende wala mu mo fenkere na mu betiata integrity so but he doesn't speak. He or she doesn't speak and cannot speak for himself. To film fight nola. As if I some National Assembly member went to fight nola banko nafabe do yala back. Ngamolo tombong based on criteria in me along ko nyanta ke landi ke moljibe. Your vetting process nyinta kamokendo tombo many along ko it's in the banko ko abita nyatole e kana traje for their own interest. And then more many alonko ni tata ni sitafana e ben na current constitution on jubela la jubel wa menya ndaka adjust ntada madama in fact National Assembly members la joignanta sutiala minister la jolal saje president kari bribe nola ne minister National Assembly deputy la jo sutiata comme minister ka jo nyami e bajela minister tita deputy bonro ko kata e blofle wala ko kata e bedo yala je because ila salary ni la salary man jamfanyo about the same or si follow a deputy fana encourage dale pro e kana song mo kote ye bribe fenna because ye enough Joshua me alon ko abetiatale and not only that it finance loan or kalwa jibe many alon ko nyanta ka falin kalwa ko rolda e kalwa ko rol fana na banko kan. So anyway the amos atale bari membe fota ko kono is all true ale membe fo fana membe ka ta dang am shone viewers will really benefit from this. Yes, definitely. So, for the sake of time, Alabraka, thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, viewers, well, thank you so much for watching. So we came to the end of the program. Sam Mfamara, thank you for contribution. It will be very helpful, especially for people many all filer. Na local language because naftale ya understand ninga moment nimbe jana comfortable tan language men naka wole fo pour ñi kamala mulsa understand because mon min bina ñi audio la moy la and in the show later on they will benefit a lot from a kumol men fo jang men yaron ko sunta afenke dan National Assembly la election men kana. So ala baraka bake Mfamara baraka Sam.
Thank you, Sawani.
Yeah, thank you for all your inputs. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Farmer. Thank you so much.
You, Sam.
You all have a great weekend or rest of your day.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye now. Yeah.